been a minute. It's been like 3 weeks. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 15 of Unmastered, the process of change, with our good co-host, amazing co-host, Nick
Hey, what's
Masters.
good, y'all?
What's up, bro?
How's everything?
It's good. It's been a really good, because we haven't done a podcast in what, like 3 weeks?
Just about.
3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's been a fucking good 3 weeks, I would say.
It has.
Yeah.
It has. Very productive 3 weeks, in my opinion.
What you been up to?
It's been exam week for the past 2 weeks, so I've just been studying. I have.
Do you ever have like issues with exams, or do you feel like you excel at exams?
I excel. The way I
That's good.
study, I make flashcards.
Oh, that's lit.
So I study the flashcards, and I'll have my mom or somebody, just test me over those flashcards, and I do pretty good. Cause when it comes to testing exams, like I really do bad at it back in the past, but now I don't know. Since I've developed and got used to the college life, it's kind of gotten easier. So it's a breeze when it comes to exams and stuff like that. So it's
That's
not a
lit.
problem. Yeah.
How much more do you have left right now?
So, for my advisor, the goal is for me to graduate August of next year. So, I would say I have 6 more classes to go, or more semesters
Oh, that's
per
not bad
se.
at all.
Yeah. So, 3 classes next semester, and then 3 more that next semester, that
Oh
following
yeah.
semester.
And you've been ever since I've like known you, you're taking this shit easy. Like in the sense of like not overwhelming yourself and
Mm-hmm.
still being able to develop yourself elsewhere.
Right.
Having a job, a stable job, being able to provide for yourself in that aspect, just getting the shit that you want.
Right.
So you're taking your time with it. It's dope to see, bro.
It really is. I just move at my pace that I want to move at because, this is what I want to do. It's on my time. So I'm just taking my time with it. There's no need to rush, none of that. So whatever I want to do or anything, like, I just move at my pace. I'm on nobody's time. So I'm glad where I'm at in life as far as school, the job thing, all of that. So I'm happy, real happy.
Hell yeah, bro. That's awesome.
Hmm.
That's good to hear because like I've talked to people that like they graduated and then they even got a master's, this, that, and the third,
Hmm.
but they're like so fucking lost,
Yeah.
or they have a degree in some bullshit like business management or like
Right.
everybody that has a kinesiology degree. No diss to nobody, but
Right.
like what are y'all doing? You know,
It's like
like
you should know what you want to do at some point in your life,
facts.
when you graduate. That's
Yeah,
a big thing, especially with a master's. You can do a lot with a master's
facts.
degree. But like you said, a lot of people don't know. Once they graduate, they don't know what they want to do. And it's like you should have been doing that while you was in school, trying to develop what you want to do, where you.
Yeah, it's crazy though. They don't teach us that while we're in high school. They're not like, oh, like in high school when we're turning seniors, we're about to like graduate.
Hmm.
They make it almost seem like if you don't have your fucking life planned out by the time you graduate from high school, you're fucked.
Right.
So they're like, they try to push you into college, they try to push you into the military, they try to push you into like a trade or something.
Because I'm not going to lie, like, high school, when it was time to graduate, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I kind of wanted to be in a computer field, so I applied for those classes because I went to community college first and foremost to start off.
Hell yeah. Where'd you go?
Cedar Valley College,
Nice.
and there's nothing wrong with community
No,
college.
not at
It's the
all.
same material as a 4-year college.
Facts. Especially your first 2 years.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because back in high school, people thought community college was lame, whack, and it's like,
It's
what
like,
difference does it
yeah.
make? You still getting an education. So, but I went to community college for, I don't remember computer science or something like that. And I wasn't applying myself to it. It was like I was giving up. I didn't care for it. So it was like, I'm not applying myself to it, so why am I still doing it? So that's when I really dug deep and just wanted to see what can I do out of all the things in my life, what can I do in this world? So that's when I told you I want to help people in a way. So that's when I'm like, you know what? I think I would be a good guidance counselor for kids. I think I give good advice, in my opinion. I'm a great listener too. That's the main thing is listening to anything. So I want to be a guidance counselor. That's my goal. So we're aiming for that.
Hell
So,
yeah, bro. That's real shit.
yep.
That's kind of awesome. That ties into kind of our first point today. But like, what? How was your upbringing? Like, you could start off as early as elementary and just kind of move it up to high school and shit. And like, what was your upbringing like and shit like that? Your family life and shit.
So first and foremost, I have two great parents, my mom and dad. They've always been there for me, even when they separated. It was still all about me, you know. So I mean, they always taught me the right thing to do, this and that, because I know kids who don't have their parents in their life and they turned out to be who they're not, you know, doing bad things and whatnot. So I kind of thought to myself, like, and I don't want to think like this, but if I didn't have my parents, who would I be or where would I be? Because I sometimes think, like, I'm really blessed for both of my parents, my family, period. Um, and I just never thought about doing bad things. Like, I was always a good kid. Not saying that I'm perfect, but I always been a good kid, did good decisions, like everything like that. So ever since I was born up till now, like they still teach me things, you know, that I don't know. If I have an issue with something, I go to my mom or my dad or any family member and they help me out. So
Oh yeah.
I would say overall I had a great upbringing with great people in my life. So it's been amazing. So that's who the person I am now is because of my family and my parents. Like, so it's a good feeling for real.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, bro.
So what about your upbringing? How was you as a child, your childhood?
I had a weird, like, some aspects of my childhood were good, but I
Mm-hmm.
had a lot of moments that kind of like made a lot of shit like bad in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
I'm at a point in my life where I've like been able to heal over like my entire life, and like I see it as like what it, like just like you said, like everything that I've been through has made me who I am today
Mm-hmm.
type shit. Um but so this is just stuff that I've learned over time. My parents never had like the smoothest relationship,
Mm.
mostly because of my dad. Like he was like still very unsure,
Mm-hmm.
and like even till when my mom was pregnant with me, they didn't know till like later on like what I was gonna be.
Right.
And I later found out essentially that my dad, the only reason he stayed with my mom was because I was gonna be a boy.
Mm.
If I would have been a girl type shit, like that would have been fucked, if it would have been a girl coming out or
Right.
something. Like,
Right.
so that goes to show what kind of man my dad was and stuff. But yeah, like he went through a lot of times where he would try to change through the years and stuff, and
Mm.
he was really the big cause for a lot of like why I would say not I didn't have a bad childhood by any means. I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of different people have had like pretty bad childhoods.
Worser.
Yeah, way
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
But he was just an asshole, like didn't treat my mom the best, whatever. And so he was always like a bully figure in the family. Always would say some like dumb shit, like
Mm-hmm.
put my mom down or like shit like that. And for her, like, she was never able to get out of the situation because, like, she was like first time ever being in the U.S. Like,
Mm-hmm.
my dad is first time ever, so she can't just get out of a relationship like that after having kids and all that
Yeah.
shit. So whatever, she continued. Um, but I was always like like very much my own. Like even I feel like I because of the shit that I went through early on, like it made me grow up fast,
Mm-hmm.
and it allowed me to start thinking for myself from like a very early age. I never felt like I had um, the mass mentality of like everybody thinks the same, everybody grows up the
Right.
same, everybody like I was like having fucking crazy thoughts since I was like 8,
Mm.
like just all types of ideas and
Yeah.
stuff. Um, but I was always also very intelligent. And looking back, cause I was always a very good kid. Also,
Mhm.
excelled at like the tax and all that shit.
Right.
Star. I grew up in Irving, and
Mhm.
then it was crazy because my family, we owned up until I was about 7 years old. My parents were not, they didn't own it, but they had a mortgage on what was our first home out
Mm.
there. They got stuck, like they were immigrants, so they
Right.
they got stuck and they got basically brainwashed into this pyramid scheme business that
Mm.
they thought was like holy shit, like this is our
Mhm.
way out.
Right.
But little did they know it was a fucking pyramid scheme. It's called Quickstar. It's like some bullshit. I don't know if it's still around anymore.
Mm.
But essentially, they would go around and selling courses to people, and that's how they would make money, by
Oh
selling like
wow.
books and courses and like a bunch of bullshit. Um, but they basically went full ass into that. So like my dad was still working, and then after work, he would invest all his time and all of their money into this business.
What did your dad do for work?
He was a painter.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a painter. He was very great at his craft. And anything else that he did, like I can say painter, but he knew how to fucking do so much, bro. Like he could build cabinets, he could
Mm.
do like really nice like just woodwork, all kinds of stuff, He
That's great. Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
He was a man of all, jack of all trades type shit.
Man of many talents.
Yeah.
Mhm.
um but yeah, so he they were doing that shit, and so because they were so neck deep in that fucking pyramid scheme, we ended up losing our house. Like they sold it, but they ended up kind of losing on the deal or whatever.
Mhm.
And then it was me, I'm the oldest, and then I have two younger sisters.
Oh wow.
And we had to move into a 1 bedroom apartment when I was like 8 years old. Yeah. And that shit was crazy, bro, cuz like we all slept in 1 bedroom for a little while, like in the
Mhm.
same bedroom, because we had like two big beds.
Right.
And then we ended up finding a bed or something, and that became like we cleaned it up and stuff.
Mhm.
And we had that bed in the living room. That was my bed. Um, and so yeah, that was like my life from like 8 to 11 was like a single bedroom apartment, like the same one for like a few years.
Mhm.
So I don't know, like I think about this still to this day, and like I remember those times, and it was very like I hated my situation when I was a kid. Like I fucking hated like the fact that we were like poor, or that like I didn't have the same experiences that other kids
Other
had.
kids, yeah.
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 So I hated that experience, but like looking back, I'm like, holy shit, like I'm pretty grateful for it. But yeah, so I was like older brother, and like my parents were still like we were living in the 1 bedroom. My parents were still in that business thing.
Mhm.
My dad would come home from work, they would get ready, dip. I would take
Right.
care of my sisters, so I had to grow up because of that, having to take care of them every single evening,
Kind of like the man of the house
type
kind of
shit.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and from like an early age, and so I kept doing that, and um, whatever. So my family ended up they by the time I turned, I think I was in 6th grade, they kind of like wiped their fucking eyes and woke up,
Mhm.
and we're like, holy fuck, we've spent so much fucking money on this like business, and we've gotten nothing back.
Right.
So they got their shit together, they saved up, we bought a house in like the middle of like the crisis in like 2009. So they
Mm.
got a really good opportunity, they bought a home,
That's good.
moved to Seagoville, and then just kept going from there. But so during this time period, my dad was sober. So during that whole time period, he was sober
Mhm.
because of the business, because they were investing everything into it, and
Right.
he was trying to clean up his act, and he thought that they would take him to the next level.
Mhm.
And then once we moved to our home in Seagoville, he started drinking again,
Mm.
and shit just changed, bro. Like it was wild. Like like there was domestic abuse in my family. There was all that shit. Um, but once I got bigger, I never took that shit from him. I
Mhm.
remember the first time that I could like punch him, like I did, like I fucking
Oh
popped him in the nose.
wow.
Yeah, I popped him in the nose one time because he was like screaming at my mom and shit, bro. And I was like, "What the fuck are you like? What, bro?"
Yeah. I I don't want nobody or don't want to see that from my mom. Like nobody screaming at her, nobody, because I will pop off too. Like I
Facts.
don't play about my mom at all.
And like mom, like I'm sure your mom's a saint too, cause the type of person that you are. But like
Mhm.
my mom's the same way, bro. Like she's like a fucking like the greatest mother on like in my at least for myself. Like
Right.
she's the greatest mother I could have ever received.
Mhm.
Um, and so me seeing that, I was like, no, like fuck this shit. And
Mhm.
because I had whenever I was younger, like I would hear shit, but like I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And so now that I could do something about it, I did. And then from there was nothing else that happened. My dad, I don't know if maybe he has some sort of like mental illness or like just shit. Because even over time, I would say like when I was in my early 20s, I was taking like I started taking like psychedelics. So I got like
Mhm.
big into LSD and shit,
Mhm.
and that made me kind of rid of a lot of the hate that I had towards him. A lot of that those built up emotions. Because throughout
Right.
my whole life, bro, I was like, man, fuck you, like fuck my dad, like I
I
hate
can't
this guy,
stand you. Yeah.
type shit.
Mhm.
But when I went through that, like it helped me heal and it helped me let go of all those emotions, and I was able to understand where he came from
Right.
because he was like first born son. He was born in Mexico. He had a fucking terrible upbringing. Like his dad was worse than him.
Mm.
His grandpa kind of raised him. He never really had like a father
A father
figure.
figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, going through that psychedelic process, I understood where he was coming from. Not to, even say that any of it was
Mhm.
excusable, but I was able to understand and comprehend. Um, and so yeah, time has passed. Now my parents aren't together. What ended up happening was, um, my dad had started cleaning up his act actually, and he was like on the right path and shit. But he like caught a DUI, and
Mm.
I mentioned the domestic abuse shit. He had
Mhm.
like one time something happened. I called the fucking cops, and I wrote testimony, like a whole page of testimony. There was like the judge, not us, but the judge put like a 6-month restraining order on him.
Mhm.
We had to go to like parental classes and shit, or like domestic abuse classes and shit. But
Right.
so we went through that, and then he ended up getting a DUI maybe 3 or 4 years later. Once I was an adult,
Mhm.
um, and then while he was on probation, his very last probation for his DUI,
Mhm.
fucking ICE, basically the immigration police, they were waiting for him at his last probation. And they took his ass. And the real reason was because of the domestic abuse shit. So whenever he got the DUI, that kind of triggered the system, and then he ended up getting deported. Which, if anybody commits any sort of acts like that, like you should definitely get kicked out of here.
That's
Like
wild. Yeah.
at the time I was like 19, and so my mom and my sisters they stayed here because my mom and my sisters they're legal and they have my sisters were born here and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, but my mom and my sisters they stayed for about 8 months, and then they thought that my dad had changed because we would during that 8 month period he was actually in a holding facility, so basically like a jail
Right.
until he was actually deported.
Mhm.
Um, and so we would visit him and he would talk about all this God stuff, and I believe in God and whatnot, but
Right.
I say God stuff because I don't think for him it was genuine.
Mhm.
I think it was just a bunch of BS. Because even to this day he's the same person,
Mm.
um, but my family thought that he had changed, and they made the huge life decision to leave the nation that they know and that they call their home to go live in Mexico to be with him so that he
Mhm.
wouldn't be alone, because they didn't want to leave him alone. Especially my mom was like, man, like I think he's like changed, and her whole life she tried to change him, to
Yeah.
try
Help
to
him.
help him.
Yeah.
Um, and so that's what she thought, and they dipped. They actually ended up leaving like a few days before my like 19th birthday, which is
Mm.
one of the saddest fucking things that I
Yeah.
had ever like yeah. Like looking back, it's not that bad, but like that time it
At
was
that
just
time.
crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
But shit just lined up for me in that sense, cause like I'm an entrepreneur and shit. I've always kind of chased that shit.
Mhm.
So during that time, I was already in the construction world. Like I had a entry level office job. I was making like $20 an hour. And then I got an opportunity for a salary job that was going
Mm.
to pay me like 1,000 a week, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And so, because my mom was like, "Hey, we're gonna leave. Like, you're gonna have to take over the mortgage, or we're gonna lose the house." Like, and so that shit kind of lined up.
Yeah.
I got that job, and then we fucking started. I started taking over the house. I took care of it for like 2 years. They came back, and here we are now. But um, yeah, just my upbringing was crazy, bro. It was crazy. It was all over the place. But I'm just grateful that I was able to. I would never want to experience everything again. Like
Right.
I would like to live the next life next
Mhm.
time, but
Yeah.
I'm glad I experienced this life because it taught me a lot of lessons.
I was gonna say, yeah, all those experiences taught you something
Oh,
throughout
facts.
all those times. And look at you now, like you're doing.
Facts.
Ever since I met you, I'm like, yeah, he's a great guy, good dude. Like he's doing good for himself. So
Yeah.
for real,
Thank you, bro.
yes sir, yes sir.
But that's something cool. Like I think there's a I mean it sucks that this is I mean, it's double-edged sword, but like a lot of good shit comes from pain.
Mhm.
Like a lot of good shit comes from pain cuz ever since I was a fucking kid, like not to say even me whenever I graduated high school to connect with you, like I didn't know what the fuck my future had in store.
Mhm.
But I ever since I can remember, like I would plot out like what my future would look like in my head, or like think of ideas, or
And that's a
just
start.
yeah,
It's a start.
facts.
You know, everybody, everybody doesn't have it right there on paper. Like it takes time just to figure out everything what you want to do in life and things like that. So that's normal.
Facts.
So yeah, it's normal.
Hell yeah. But no, yeah, I dropped out of college and shit, community college.
Hmm.
I don't know if I've told you this. Did I tell you? You know about?
I don't think so.
Nah. Okay, so basically, I was gonna go to UNT.
Okay.
I wanted to be an aerospace engineer. That was like my actual.
Wow.
That's what I wanted to do. And then I had a good amount of grants. I had a good amount of like financial aid and stuff, but I
Mhm.
was still gonna have to be like out of pocket like 40 to 50% of everything. And I didn't have a car either. So my
Mm.
dad was like, "Yo, like I can't really help you out. I have your two sisters.
Mhm.
So you're gonna have to like figure shit out, or just go to community college." So I went to community college, but I would be so fucking bored. Like I would just be in class, and I was like, "This is not for me."
Which community college did you go to?
I actually ended up picking El Centro
Okay.
just so I would have a nice view,
Mhm.
and just so I had an excuse to drive to downtown, bro. Like, but I think I only went for one semester. I skipped most of the classes, and then I was like, "Nah, this ain't for me."
Yeah.
But I don't. I think um, whenever you like, especially like yourself, like people who have something that is very direct, you have to go to school for it.
Mhm.
But if you're going to school for like a vague ass degree, like there's like not a lot of sense. And that's something for me. I was like, if I'm not gonna do aerospace engineering, like there's like
Right.
I need to figure it out
Like, what are you
somewhere
gonna
else.
gain out of,
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the main thing.
But nah, yeah. So
It's not for everybody. School is not for everybody. It's
facts.
not. You you will know if it's for you or not. Like me, I had an uncle who was like he told me like you should really go to school. Like it's really gonna help you, kind of change you. So he's really the main reason why I went to school, to be honest with you. Like he just motivated me to go and I kind of learned more about myself while going to community college and even a online school. Like I'm still learning things and stuff like that. So I'm grateful and glad that I'm in school, to be honest. For real.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome.
That's good to hear, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Shit. That's nice. It drives us into the next thing. So what are things that you dream about, and what are things that you aspire to do one day?
Hmm. Things I dream about. I wouldn't say it's a dream, but the goal, of course, graduate, and of course, I just want my parents to just be proud. of my accomplishments and everything. That's really my main goal. If I can't or don't do that, then it's like I failed myself, you know? I don't want I don't I know it's not going to happen, but I just don't want that feeling cuz I've kind of dealt with that feeling before, and it's not pretty at all. But things I dreamed of, I just want to be successful, bro. Like, that's pretty much it. I just want to be successful in this world, make a change in the world, being a guidance counselor. I want people to know about me, hear about me, like, oh, I want to go to him, things like that. Um, that's really the dream. I just want to be known, more people just to know who I am. Not know of me, but really like know who I am.
Yeah.
So,
Like an impact.
right,
Yeah.
right,
Facts. Yeah, like not on no social media like known, but like
right.
me made an impact on this many lives type shit. Yeah. I think that's why we're really good friends is because I think the overall goal that we both have is essentially the same. It's like I just want to be the best that I can be, and maybe
Right,
that in doing so, like I can provide for the people around me.
right,
But
right.
but not hell yeah, I 100% agree. And like I've told you before, I think even on the pod and shit, but like that's a very commendable thing of like I'm gonna go and help out the future of America
Mm-hmm.
because we need the help. Like
Seriously,
motherfuckers we need help, bro. Like the youth needs help.
bad.
Need a revival. We need Jesus
Mm-hmm.
for real. Nah, I've low key though. Like I will say, I have grown closer to God outside of church than I ever did inside of church.
That's beautiful.
And
Seriously,
yeah, bro. Like I wake up every morning and I'm like, thank you God for this day. Like,
I do that too.
you
Yeah.
know,
Mm-hmm.
I never ask Him for nothing besides time. Like anything else, like hey, time and good health, of course, right? But like everything else, like just take care of my loved ones and let's get it cracking. But
Nah, facts.
like giving thanks to God feels so good every day,
It
bro. It's like
does.
it feels good.
And another thing too, um, ever since the pandemic, I've been watching like live streams of church. So like I've just started back going inside of church like not too long ago, and it just feels so good, amazing, just hearing the pastor and the church I go to, and the pastor he gives like great lessons and whatnot, things that we could actually relate to. Like
Yeah,
that's my main thing. Is like if I can relate to that in the Word of God, then that's good. If I can't, then this church is not for me. But he's a young guy, so
that's
of
pretty
course we
lit.
could relate. And I actually started reading the Bible too, like
Nice.
literally, just something to read, cause I just feel like I should read more. And I'm like, I'm gonna start reading the Bible just to see what it's about. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to do that. But yeah, God is an amazing God for real. I'm thankful for everything. Thankful for Him. So yeah,
Facts.
I see where you're coming from
Hell yeah.
for real.
Yeah, dude. I yeah, that's fucking amazing. But yeah, for me the only reason I ever hated church, or not hated church, but just kind of despised going as a kid is cuz I went to Catholic church.
Mm,
And I did like my we have to do like our first communion and some other shit like you have to go to Sunday school, do
yeah,
this a bunch of shit. You
yeah.
got to graduate to one level and then the second level and then the
Oh
third one.
wow.
It's weird, bro. Um, and then but it was so boring because like it's like it's like bro, like talk to me like I'm a real person. But I would just fall asleep or like try not to fall asleep or whatever or think about life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but no, yeah, no, yeah, I love having a deeper connection with God because I feel like when we have a deeper connection with that higher power, that higher being, we have a deeper connection with ourselves.
Yes.
We're able to know and learn more about ourselves and not hide from ourselves and be
Mm-hmm.
upfront with ourselves, at
Right.
all times, which is a really good feeling, just being in the flow of things.
Right.
Um, but not hell yeah.
That's good.
Hell yeah.
That's good.
Shit, the next thing on today's list, we're talking about some people stay and some people go.
Mm.
You want to get this one going first?
Some people stay. Mm, everybody is not meant to be in your life, first and foremost. I
Facts.
feel like you know who's here to stay. You know who's gonna rock with you, and you know who's not gonna rock with you. Like you, I know you're gonna rock with me. I'm gonna rock with you. But you just get that feeling where you know that person's not right. You just like with me, I get this gut in my feeling every time when I know something is not right, and it never fails. So like people wise, honestly, friend wise, I probably have like a good 4 to 5 friends, like literally people I can call at any time, text,
Yeah.
like any of that. Everybody else is just like they're not a friend, but like I don't know the word for it.
Associates.
Yeah, something like that. You know, they're not really there for me, kind of thing. So I just watch out, keep my circle small as always, cause I don't let anybody in. I'm just real careful, bro, cause like I told you before in the past, that one person that did me kind of dirty, like that just kind of made me realize like you just can't trust anybody nowadays, especially in our generation. Can't trust nobody. So you just gotta be real careful, real cautious of who you let inside your circle. So
Facts.
yeah.
That's very true. And I would say I saw something actually earlier today. It was like a quick YouTube short. It was talking about how some people like will come into your life and they've only been there for like a month or two,
Hmm.
or like at more recent parts of your life in the last few years or whatever, and they have a deeper connection with you than people that you've known your entire life.
Right.
And that's completely fine because, like you said, it's just about the energy. It's
Hmm.
about the energy that you give people. It's about how you treat people. And it's about what your real intentions are because with time, and that's kind of revealed.
Hmm.
That is truly revealed. Um, and shit happens, you know? Like, I think sometimes people just make really bad mistakes and shit. But also, that's a good thing for us. Like, let's say something is happening to to somebody where it's like they get fucked over or whatever. But at least now you know that the person that fucked you over was not a good person to begin with,
Right.
and now they're weeded out. They weeded
Hmm.
themselves out of your
Hmm.
life and shit. Um, and that's just how it goes, you know. Vice versa. I think, yeah, people come, people go, and that's a good thing. I think sometimes even friends are good. Like, you don't, just because a person was your friend for the last 10, 15, 20 years
Hmm.
doesn't mean they have to be your friend for the next 10, 15,
Yeah.
20 years, you know?
That's all. Yeah.
That person can stay your friend for that period of your life. And it's
Hmm.
like, all right, you were a great part during this period of my life, you
Right.
know? We're like travelers in each other's lives. Some
Hmm.
people you travel together with, and it's like we roll, like, we link up, we work together, we do cool shit. Just like you and I, now we're doing more shit because before this we would link up to every time we would shoot,
Just shooting.
but now
That's
we're
it.
like linking up every 2 weeks,
Hmm.
doing some productive shit, and I appreciate that because
Yeah.
like it's very difficult finding people that are just as passionate as you are about doing
Yes.
something as
Yes.
they are, or as you would be, but
That's
no,
for
yeah,
anything.
yeah,
Work is hard to find people who want to work nowadays. Like people don't want to work; they just want to get by the easy way, and that's not gonna happen.
facts.
You know.
One of my I would say a situation I had. I'm not gonna really, we don't air shit out or nothing like that. But
Hmm.
like, situation I had was basically kind of just not too good of dealings with a homie. Like you said, like my work was like in there like 100%. Like I was dedicated to it.
Hmm.
The dedication wasn't there for a certain thing, so it's like it fell apart.
Right.
And that's nothing. That's not to knock him. That's not to knock me. It's just what the situation, what it came to happen. Like I was
Hmm.
like, I just can't continue like uh being or doing any sort of business with you.
Hmm.
So I go off on my own and shit. And it's like just reliability. Reliability of people is like the most important thing, like you
Yes.
said. like you said, just being able, if I'm even just dealing with you on some business shit, like I assume that we're gonna treat it as some business
Yeah,
shit,
you're all down,
and we're
right?
reliable, and we're just gonna, like, do the work. You know what I'm saying?
Continue it, yeah.
But
Mhm.
it's crazy, sometimes people, I don't know, it's just they bring outside forces into play, whatever the case may be. I know it was for sure in your situation, like, and just people in general tend to, when people, it's not, I think it's not about being an emotional person, because I think we're all emotional human
Right.
beings. We're all emotional beings, but when you start bringing emotion into your actions,
Mhm.
that's a different
Yeah, it
story. Like,
really is.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, we have to be in control of that, and shit happens,
Mhm.
and at the end of the day, people come and go, and
It's life.
it's life, and our great friendships, will remember the great times, and we'll
Right.
remember everything. um, I've learned, my biggest thing in life was being able to let go of my hatred towards my dad and how I felt to him.
Right.
So after me being able to do that, like, I don't hold a grudge against anybody. Like,
Yeah. I learned
regardless,
that too.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever the fuck someone has done to me, like, I will still try to, like, do something, like, do some shit together,
Mhm.
get some shit going, do some good business. I don't give a fuck. Like, the past is the past. Time goes by. Let's get back to work.
Right. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, no. I mean, I think I think it's good being able to say that. I think it's with everybody too. Like, as they get older, they have lesser friends, but the people that I can call a friend, I'm really glad I have those people in my life. Like, anybody that's a friend to me now that I talk to on a regular basis, not even daily, but on a regular
Right.
basis, I'm glad that I have those people in my life, because everybody that I've developed and everybody that has stayed within that circle of people that are around me is a
Mhm.
great human being, and I know that they add to my life.
Right. That's the same for the people that are my friends, family, all of that. So yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Seriously. Yeah. It's amazing. Just having people that's gonna be there for you. That's the main thing.
Facts. Hell yeah. I would even say my mom's like one of my closest friends, bro. Like, I love that lady.
Yeah. My mom is my mom and my friend. Like
Hell yeah.
that's like the best relationship a son could ask for. Even my dad too. Like he's my friend and my dad too. So
That's
like
lit.
both of them, yeah. Like yeah, they great. They great. Mhm.
Hell yeah, bro. Shit. That's funny. Like, you know, people come and go, letting go of relationships, letting go um of people.
Mhm.
Um, it takes us into a state of change, which is change inevitably leads to transformation. Um, what are some things that you have endured and gone through in your own life that you have learned, and that have made you who you are today?
Just like how we talked about the friends thing. When we're younger, you think everybody's your friend, hee hee ha ha. And then once you get older, you just start to realize a lot of things when you get older. Like we said, everybody's not meant to be your friend. You know who's going to be your friend. That was really the main thing for me because that one friend that I told you about, it really hurt me. Like deep down, it really hurt me. Like I was pissed off, mad. Like I talked to my mom about it, and she was just shocked too, and it just really hurt me. Like I was speechless. I was really speechless. Like we known each other for quite some time since middle school, so that's a very long time. But I could just say again, everybody's not meant to be your friend. You'll know, and I feel like it just kind of comes naturally. Like you'll just know, you'll feel it. What else? Um, just staying true to myself no matter what.
How is it that you do that for you?
I think first and foremost, just what my parents taught me throughout the years and things like that. Like I told you, I've always been a good kid. Like I never even thought about doing bad things. That wasn't in my mind. Like, and again, my family, they have children. Like everybody in the family is good. Like nothing bad, I would say. Nothing like that. We're just good, genuine, cool people. It's just a natural thing for me, bro. Like I really can't explain it. It's just natural. Like I just wake up, do my thing, do it all over again the next day. Like there's nothing else to it. But just staying true to myself, not changing for nobody. Like if you don't like it, then oh well, bye. Like what else is there to say? So this is the true me. This is Nick. Like people know who I really am. If you know me, then you know who I really am. If not, then because people will say anything about you and it's not true. So, but it's just a natural thing for me, bro. Just
Just being
staying.
who you are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically, it's not hard. People think it's hard. It's not hard.
it's not hard. Yeah, just be you. But it's crazy. Like, it's crazy to say that. I had a dude recently. He's like back in the dating pool, and
Mm,
anybody in the dating game right now, I pray for y'all because
it's
someone
terrible.
peed in the pool. But fucking and that chemical, the blue chemical. I don't even know if that shit's real, but that whole spread all over. But
Yeah, I don't know if that's real either or not.
yeah, I've always just seen it in movies and
Yeah.
shit. I don't
Mhm.
even know.
Mhm.
Cause like I remember, bro. I remember going to like the rec center when I was like in fifth, sixth grade. I know
Mhm.
motherfuckers were
Oh
definitely peeing in
yeah.
the fucking pool, bro.
Even at water parks, swimming, all that they do it.
Hawaiian
Oh
Falls.
yeah. Oh yeah. Lazy rivers, all that they doing it.
Oh, the lazy river. They
Mhm.
definitely peeing
They
in the
doing
lazy
it.
river.
They doing it.
Oh God.
They doing it. It's disgusting, but it's like we swim in it though. That's the thing.
It's everywhere.
Right. Like we just swimming in the cool water
Oh
and
God.
it's like we don't even think about that until we just
Did you ever go to
mention it.
Hawaiian Falls?
I did.
Did you
I
ever get on the torpedo? The one that like fucking it's like a big ass red and yellow slide and it like torpedoes you down the slide like
so actually I think Hurricane Harbor has something like that.
something like that, yeah.
But I've done it, bro. I was terrified.
Same,
I was
bro.
terrified. Like it was cool, but like I'm not that type of dude to do stuff like that.
Nah, yeah.
Like
I'm a pussy for real.
oh
Like, bro,
my god.
we went to the fucking fair. We didn't talk about this whenever we did the fair episode,
Mm.
but my girl, this girl jumped out of a fucking plane, bro. Like she's gone skydiving and she wants to go again.
I want to do it.
Yeah, facts.
I want to do it.
But she's like adrenaline, like that's her thing. Like so, whenever we got the pirate ship is real cool.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
She made us get deliberately on the fucking like first one, like the one on the edge, bro. Oh, my god. It felt like my nuts were going inside my stomach. Like, bro, I was screaming fuck so many times. I don't remember. I lost count of how many times I said that word. It was a great time though. Like it was so enjoyable, but
I'm not a ride person. Like roller coasters, all that. I can't do it. When I was younger, at Six Flags, I only did the Runaway Mountain. That wasn't bad. Like a dark ass cave. You can't see nothing. It was cool though. And I think I did the Titan at that time years ago.
oh shit.
It wasn't bad. I was like, I'll do it, but it wasn't bad. But now, bro, like,
I don't trust that shit, bro.
yeah, I can't do rides, especially if they way up there in the sky.
Yeah,
I
hell
can't
no.
do it. Mm-mm.
It
I
ain't
can't
worth
do it. Nah, that's kind of like I kind of have a fear with airplanes.
Okay, okay.
So like the ascending part is nothing. It's the descending part. It's like the pilot turned off the plane and we just falling in the sky. So I'm holding on like this. Like it's a weird feeling, bro. And I be telling my dad, like, Dad, look at me. Like I'm not playing. It just don't feel right. But I'm trying to get over that fear of planes though. Like the more I take the vacation trips and all
Yeah.
that, I'll get over it.
You will, you will.
Yeah, but damn.
Yeah, it just feels fucking crazy. It's like I feel that sometimes whenever like if I take a downhill road really fast,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh,
I've experienced that. I know a downhill road in Cedar Hill actually.
oh
It is,
shit.
oh my God, it's steep. Like I go real slow. I go like 10, 15 miles an hour. Like it's steep as hell. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Can't do it, bro.
Mm-mm.
Shit. What are Shit, I'll kick this one off, but basically everyday habits, right?
Right.
Speaking on transformation shit, all that good shit. Um, everyday habits are something that help build that consistency, which
Mm-hmm.
leads consistency because everybody and anybody can feel motivated to go do some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But once you start doing the work, at some point you're gonna lose that motivation. Are you gonna lose it soon or are you gonna lose it, later on? It's gonna happen at some point. You're gonna lose motivation, and that's where consistency kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
Something for me that I've like been doing over the course of the year um, is as soon as I wake up,
Right.
because my girl she wakes up at like 5,
Mm-hmm.
so she uses the restroom and shit, gets ready, all that good shit. But girls just leave the shit in the restroom.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I don't know, man. I have a really hyperactive mind. I don't want to say that I have ADHD or ADD, but I have a very hyperactive mind to say that. So having something to do in the morning is cool. Like while I'm brushing my teeth, I'm like, after I use the restroom, brush my teeth, like I put all her shit, organize it really nicely, clean up everything, clean up the whole
You
thing.
sound like me. I
Yeah.
like, bro, on my off days, that's literally what I be doing. Clean the crib. I have OCD. I don't care.
Yeah, same, same, same.
Yeah, like
I love that shit though.
no, like for me, it's therapeutic. Like cleaning the crib, organizing my closet.
Making the
Even
bed.
right, even though I've done organize my closet like so many times, I still do it anyway. But it's just therapeutic for me. Put on some music, like it's cool. Like
Facts,
there's nothing
bro.
wrong with that. It's
It
not,
gets my day like perfect because it's
right.
like I accomplished some shit early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to get my day going.
Yeah, you can accomplish a lot. After that, you can accomplish a lot throughout the day. Cause I know
Facts.
I do and can. So.
Those little wins are like fucking crucial.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So crucial. Doing shit like that. Just those little baby habits that over time develop into bigger habits.
Right.
Things have a compounding effect. So if you're moving in the right direction, you're gonna take little steps every single day, but that's gonna compound to one day it's gonna be fucking big.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with with the bad shit. Like if you're not doing these things every single day, it gets harder to
Yeah.
do them because you're not doing them. So you're building a habit either way. You're either building a habit to do something or not to do
Not to
something.
do something. Yeah.
Um, but I feel like just little shit like that, just making my fucking bed in the morning, like
Mm-hmm.
helps me have a clear mind. Because I noticed that like days that like I don't think I've missed making my bed for like 4 months now. But like any day that I wouldn't make my bed, my mind would be fucking scattered, and I'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like, because at the like I my desk area is like I can see my bed,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm like, "Oh fuck!" Like my bed's messy, but like my bed being clean, everything being folded, like vacuumed, everything every single day. I'm like, okay, cool. Like I
And
feel
see,
fresh.
like with me, if I have to be at work, just say at 6:30, I have to get up like literally around 5 o'clock. So I don't have to. I don't want to say I don't have time to make my bed, but I don't make my bed. Now, if I have to be at work at like 10:30 later on in the morning, then yeah, I have time to like wake up,
But
make
it's because
my
you're working
bed.
too. Like you go,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
not to say that you have an excuse, but like
yeah.
you have a reasoning behind it.
Mhm.
For me, like I'm at the crib, like I have no fucking excuse. I gotta get, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
for me, I'm a lazy piece of shit if I don't do it. For you, it's like, hey,
yeah.
I'm just heading to work. You know what I'm saying?
I can be lazy too. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's been days where I just have not made my bed. Even on my off days, bro. Sometimes I just don't make it. Like I just be lazy, bumming around the house. Like just don't want to do nothing.
Hey, those days exist though,
Yeah,
especially on
yeah.
the weekend or like a day
Mhm.
off. Like you just like fuck.
Or a cloudy, rainy day. That makes it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love those
I love those
days.
days too, bro.
But
I'm so happy that we're like getting into cold weather now.
it needs to get colder.
Facts.
Cause it's like how you gonna go from cold then warm? It don't make sense.
And it's gonna get cold again.
Yeah, Texas weather, man.
Hell yeah. But shit, hell yeah. Anybody that, develop fucking those little everyday habits, make your bed, make
Hmm.
sure you brush your teeth in the morning. Those little baby habits are just gonna help you.
It's really gonna help a lot for real.
Facts.
Just to get your day started
Facts.
and just keep doing it, and yeah, that's it.
Facts. What do you want for the future? Like I know you want to be successful, you want these things. What are some things that you just want to do like in the future? It could be anything. It could be
Anything.
related to your career, traveling.
I do want to travel more for sure. So my dad just came back from Paris,
Holy shit.
and he sent me all kinds of pictures and videos, and I told him, "Yo, I gotta go to Paris now. I really do." There's a lot of places that I've been looking up that I really want to go to, but Paris now is definitely on that bucket list. I do want to go to New York just to get that
Yeah.
experience. More tropical like areas,
Yeah.
Um, more places.
Yeah.
Um, that's one thing. Another thing, I don't want to say what I want to accomplish, but I just hope the youth gets better in the future. I don't know how, but just get better because right now it's not good. It's not a good look, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um,
And the youth includes us.
right, right. Just find somebody to help y'all out and just make
Help
smarter.
yourself.
Right. That's the most important thing, yourself, before anything else.
Facts.
Um, yeah, man, just live a great life while I can. I'm still young. We're still young, so just living a great life, doing what I can in this world, while I can. So that's pretty much it, bro. Just live. That's it. Just live it up.
Live it up.
Yep.
Y'all heard it here first. Live that shit up. No, 100%, bro. I think like the biggest reason why I wanted to become an entrepreneur and like just with whatever it was, I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna end up doing, but
Mhm.
what I do now, like everything I do, whatever. I have the freedom to live my life exactly how the fuck I want to live my life, and
Right.
I was thinking about that today. I've had this freedom for 2 years now, of like I wake up and I wake up for me.
Right.
That first year when I was broke as shit though, like I wake up stressed as fuck,
Mhm.
like
Yep.
I was like, fuck. But now, like, I'm good, and I wake up and I'm happy as fuck. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I wake up happy as fuck. Like, sometimes I sleep until 7,
There's nothing
7:15.
wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that, but like,
Mhm.
it don't go past that on the weekdays. It's
Yeah.
typically 6:30, 6:15. I'm up. But I love waking up for myself. I remember having to wake up early for somebody else, and I fucking hated it. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of like me working. Like I gotta wake up for this job. Like, but it is what it is, you
hey,
know.
you grinding, bro. You getting somewhere. You're
Right,
doing that to get to where you need to be next time, because we all gotta do that shit.
right.
The only reason I'm here is, or in the position where I got to, is because fucking having to fucking slave my ass for like years
All that
and
time. Yeah.
learning shit, and thank God we here. But like,
Right.
but no, you gonna be good too. But in saying that, like, I love that freedom. I love just, even though like this year, thank God, shit, everything has been growing, whether it's trading or the construction business or whatever.
Mhm.
It's been growing to where I live, at least relatively comfortably.
Right.
I'm still pushing, like, I want to continue growing my construction business. I want to continue, developing my trading. I want to continue,
The brand.
the brand, like,
Right.
grow strong. That's a forever thing, and like something new that, because my main focus over the last 2 years was the development of my construction business and making
Mhm.
sure that was stable, and developing my trading, because now I've been trading close to 3 years,
Mhm.
and now I can legitimately say that I'm a consistently profitable trader. I don't go for big wins, but I win more often than not. Like, I win probably, you know, like, I mean, you see the chat, you know,
Yeah,
like,
and the
you're in the
Discord.
Discord.
Yeah,
I'm in that motherfucker every fucking
every day,
day.
y'all.
I
Every
track
day.
my fucking trades every day. I put out a
Mm-hmm.
plan every single fucking week, and I've been doing that shit since like March on my own. Before that, I was like, you know, in a very good group that taught me a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of shit and, you know, whatever. But I wanted to do that for myself, and I wanted to, you know, like really, for me to always grow and become the best version that I can be, whatever it is, I have to do it solo. I have to go in and fucking really learn, because that's something that I realized with trading. We'll do one day where we go more in depth on trading and shit itself,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a self discovery thing. Like, it's not you versus the next person. It's not who trades better.
It's
It's
not
not
like a
about that.
competition or nothing like
Nope.
that. Yeah.
At the end of the day, trading is, once you recognize technical analysis, which only takes maybe a few months of diligent work,
Mm-hmm.
charting, shit like that, the basics, it's really your psychology. And most people never get a hold of their mind. And that's why most people that try trading don't make it in trading. Like, I think there's some statistic that it's like 95, 97% of people who try to day trade don't make it. And it's just because you have to not only go into, you know, the battle of learning the markets, but also the battle against yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and exposing your demons and working on them and healing yourself and all these things. And I've always been someone who, you know, treated it with respect, but I say that all to say that it's gotten me to the point where I'm very consistent. And so something that was missing in my life was another big goal. Because one day I'm gonna build out my house. One day I'm eventually building towards that. Like, you know, I want my construction company to hit $1 million gross year. You know, we've been growing very well. You know, I want Grow Strong to continue growing. It's its own original thing. So I don't really, hey, whenever it
It
happens, and it's just
happens.
progressive. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just love the process when it comes to Grow Strong, the process of change. Um, but now that my trading has gone to a better place and my construction business kind of settled, I was like, well, fuck, what's next? And because I've always been that kind of person. I always think about the future.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a visionary in that regard. But
Yeah.
like, um, I was like, well, shit, what's the next like feat? And the next feat is the compound. And so I've always wanted to build my own gym.
Mm.
Always, bro. Since Grow Strong Grow Strong's been an idea since like 2017, 2018. One day we'll talk in depth on Grow Strong and
Yeah.
shit too.
Yeah.
Just kind of do a story on that hoe. But like, um, I've always wanted to do that. So now I'm working on that over the next 12 to 18 months. Just stockpile fucking cash
Mm-hmm.
from my trades. Stockpile. I need maybe $100,000 to start, because I want to purchase everything cash, like all the equipment, brand new cash, everything. Um, but my plan for it is the front and most of the gym, like 80% of the gym, is going to
Mm-hmm.
be a gym.
Okay.
The back, the 20%, there's going to be a little workshop that's going to be for a business that I have called Texas Garment Customs.
Okay.
So the gym is going to pay for the rent, which will allow the business in the back, that's really the moneymaker,
Mm-hmm.
to just fucking have free cash flow. What I've noticed over time with people that own gyms is they rely on the gym to not only take care of itself, but to take care of them. I don't
Facts.
need that because I have the construction business and I have day
You
trading,
have
which
other income, like
100%.
yeah.
But the gym will be act as what covers the rent, and because I
Mm-hmm.
would love to have a gym, like, and I think I can do a really good job with it and like make it really fucking dope, and
I can see that.
people would love that motherfucker. Like, you know, I want to love it. So like I want to make sure that it's the best thing ever. But
Where,
having that,
in
where
Dallas
I'm actually,
area
because I
or
stay in Rowlett,
oh,
which is not
okay.
too far,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna have it right there in Rowlett. I already have a space in mind.
Okay.
I already have like, I'm like thinking of ideas, and like let's say like Grow Strong drops the new collection. It's like Grow Strong at the compound, or like,
That'd be hard.
you know, shit like that, or like, or hey, come pick up your order from Texas Garment Customs
Yeah, something like that.
in the compound.
Yeah.
Like, it's just cool.
Like
It's
a
like,
little email or something saying, yeah,
yeah,
that's
like
cool.
inside the
Yeah,
compound.
that's cool. Yeah.
So that's the goal, and so eventually evolve that and like create even larger facilities and shit like that. But that would be the start. So that's what I'm working towards right now, and that also kind of helps because I've been on my weight loss journey this year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't realize how much weight I had gained till I stepped on a scale a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I probably got up to like I don't look like it because
Yeah.
I'm a taller dude and shit,
Yeah.
but I got up to like the 310s, bro. I've never been that fucking heavy in my life, and that shit was crazy. I'm like in the 280s right now.
Okay.
So I've been doing good, bro.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I had never been heavier than 250, bro.
Mm.
Never. Like, I mean, when I was like, nah, but even when I was powerlifting, I was maybe like 245, 250 type
That's
shit.
still not bad.
But it's because, the last two years, something I told myself, I was like, man, like, my fitness is going to take a back step, and the business development, you know, creative development, trading development, that's the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
And this other shit's going to have to wait. Let me get this shit together. Now that I have this shit together over the last few months, getting in the routine, doing some good cardio, little habits like we talk about, everyday habits. Now it's like normal for me to do 8 to 10 miles a week.
Yeah.
And that's like my normal right now. Now right now I'm trying to do 12 to 15 a week, get the cardio going, get it going. But the future is really that. The future is just continue developing fucking great ideas. My goal with all these businesses, with everything that I create, it's not for myself. Like, I make money from other avenues. I could literally give up everything that I do and just focus on my construction business and trading, and I never have to speak to a soul or do anything else in my life again.
Damn.
But I want to create shit, not for a legacy of me, but for a legacy of change. Like, I want to be changed. Like, I know I was able to change myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I can help myself. I want to be able to provide that for the community, not just anybody, but just everybody. Kids that need help, like everybody, like people that need help. Like maybe something like Grow Strong is helping people. Maybe it means something else to somebody else, and that's really not what drives me, but that's something that I appreciate when I put out the work.
Mm-hmm.
Is that when I put out the work, this is gonna affect somebody in some way, and it's not gonna be how it affects me, but it's gonna be in their own way. And that's always a cool thing to experience. But no, yeah, that's the future, and a lot of big goals. We gonna do it out here and shit.
As always.
Continue doing Grow Strong. Continue doing these podcasts. I can't wait till we have like episode 100 one day and shit like that. That's gonna be so fucking cool.
You gotta celebrate when that happens.
Facts.
For real.
Even at like 50.
50. I was gonna say that. Yeah. 50.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna get drunk on this podcast.
Oh my god.
We're gonna do a 2-hour one.
Oh my god.
But no, guys. Yeah. Look. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for supporting the fucking visual version of the podcast.
For real.
We appreciate this shit. Like, this is something that, at least myself, I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I tell Nick all the time, I'm fucking grateful that he's like on this journey right now. Because even like him being on this podcast wasn't ever the original idea. Like, it worked out just like perfectly though.
Naturally.
Like his last name is Masters, and this is the Unmastered Podcast. Like that's fucking crazy, Like that was never even an intention. It was crazy. But no, thank you guys for listening. We're gonna keep doing these visuals. We love doing these. Thank you for supporting the brand. Thank you for supporting Grow Strong. I greatly appreciate that shit.
New collection coming.
New collection coming soon. We're
Coming
gonna start working
soon.
on this shit soon.
Coming soon.
Hoodies gonna be crazy. Like I
Yup.
can't explain how crazy they're gonna be, but you're all gonna see. It's like I couldn't believe it myself. But thank you guys for listening. This has been Unmastered, episode 15, Process of Change. Goodbye.
Thank y'all.